All right, if somebody can put out the link, we just rejoined. So, Wyzetta controls the draw. We're in the second period now. Too many things for me to operate. Wyzetta comes away with the puck. All right, we're back up. Wyzetta moves into the zone. We're just into the second period. Orono with a 2-1 lead. Burke chasing. Wyzetta punches it out. They're on the attack. Jack Keefe is in the box, and Wyzetta scores. Wyzetta on a power play goal knots it up at 2. Not sure why Jack was in the box. I don't remember him being in the box. Wait, he wasn't in the box. Or was he? Hell, I don't know. We dropped the stream. I didn't know what was going on because I was trying to fix it. Wyzetta scores, and it's 2-2, 14-11 left in the second. Orono wins a draw. Daisy off the boards. Wyzetta held at the blue line. Peck interrupting things. Now Downey gets it forward. Lee giving chase. He's able to lift the stick. Oh, comes right out on net. Goalie makes a save. Good thing he did. Downey was there waiting to punch it home. Now Peck behind his own net. He gets taken down. Lee's getting harassed. Lee using muscle. Fending off 2 guys. Reverses the puck over to the other side. Now Downey's going to get called for boarding or roughing for being in the right position. He ain't happy about it. Get in the box and shut up. I don't agree with the call, but it is what it is. You get called, you go to the box. So Orono going to be on the kill. Peck, Lee, Daisy, and Pierce will be out there to hopefully kill this off. Wyzetta wins a draw. They move inside the circle. Pass to the point doesn't connect. It goes all the way down the ice. Goalie will come out to play it. We're in a 2-2 game. 13-13 left in the second. Wyzetta brings it across the blue line, but offside. So 21 seconds gone off the penalty. Looks like we got pretty bad internet speed, so maybe I'll try and change it back to the Wi-Fi if it'll work when I get a chance. Wyzetta wins the draw. Still in neutral. Now they pass it in and they're offside again. So face-off will come at center ice. This time they win the draw back into their own zone. But defended there, taken away by Erickson. Erickson gets it to Pierce. Pierce to Dillon, just outside the blue line. Punches it into the Wyzetta zone. They're trying to get the handle on it. They go cross ice. It doesn't connect. That's going to be icing. So nearly a minute gone by on the penalty to Orono, who's on the kill. They've taken 53 seconds off this 90-second power play. 37 seconds remain. Erickson set to take the draw inside the Wyzetta zone. Won by Wyzetta. They go all the way around and out. Goes all the way down the ice. They wave icing. Wyzetta controls in the Orono zone. Now poke check by Pierce. Erickson trying to get there. He gets it. He'll be able to clear. He's got Dillon, but it was a little too far ahead of him. That'll be icing. but another 28 seconds eroded. There's only 9 seconds left on the penalty to Downey. Kelly with the draw. Wayzata holds. Punched by Dacey along the boards for Kelly. He gets it to Fessler. Fessler gets it back to Kelly. He gets tied up, but he centers for Fessler. Just couldn't barely connect. It was a good look. And the penalty to Downey is over. So Orono is at full strength again. Downey goes the bench. Kinder comes on. Now, along the boards, dug out by Wayzata into neutral. Dacey hits Kinder. Kinder's going to dump it in. Orono chasing. Fessler gets there first. He's able to hold. Put it in a little deeper. Now, back behind the goal line. Oh, man! Great pass by Kelly. Burke almost got a goal. Save made. Sorry, bad camera work. Wayzata now intercepts. They move in. Defended well by Dacey, who he's going to draw a penalty for a cross check. And Wayzata is going to go to the box. Orono is going to be on the power play. We're just trading penalties right now. Not a lot of 5-on-5 action. Two in the second. Just under 11 minutes to go in the second. Peck, Downey, Lee with Keefe and Pierce. Face-off will come to the Wayzata goalie's blocker side. Peck digs at it. He's able to win it back to Pierce. Pierce shoots. Deflected. Now, Peck out in front. Save made. Excuse me. 10:49 left in the period. 1:21, on the Orono power play. Peck digs at it. Gets it to Downey. Downey moves in. Centers. Peck. Shot. Save made. Keefe. Down to Peck. Back to Keefe. He gets a handle on it. Now he shoots. Goes off a Wayzata leg. Downey there to poke check, but Wayzata trying to move in. Downey's able to get it to Pierce. Pierce now with the puck and some steam comes into the zone. He tries to toe drag. Peck gets a shot just wide. Pierce disrupts it. Downey trying to play it off the boards. Now Lee gets it back to the point for Keefe. Keefe shoots. Blocker save. And the ref's got his arm up, so Wayzata's going to go to the box again. Keefe moves in as Packer moves off the ice for an extra skater, but we get a whistle. Now Packer will go back to his own net. We're going to have a 5-on-3 for 28 seconds as Wayzata goes to the box. I didn't see the call. It's for a check. Somebody got checked. So, Burke, Fessler, and Kelly out there, along with Kinder and Dacey. 5-on-3 action for the Spartans. Burke has it. He's looking cross ice. He gets it to Kinder. Kinder over to Fessler. Cross ice for Dacey at the point. They're looking to set something up. Dacey goes out in front to Kelly. Cross ice. Kelly got the shot. Glove save. 13 seconds left on the two-man advantage. 9:41 left in the second. Burke set to take the draw. Flanks it over to Fessler. Fessler up. Wayzata plays it out. Kinder back to retreat and grab the puck. No icing. He'll go D to D to past him. Wayzata plays it towards the middle, but cut off by Burke. Burke gets it to Fessler. Fessler inside. He gets taken down. That's going to be another penalty to Wayzata. as Kelly is able to draw the penalty on a trip. And we're going to go back to a 5-on-3 advantage for 7 seconds and then a 1-man advantage for a minute 23. So we'll have Erickson, Dillon, and Weiss out there along with Keefe and Pierce. Orono wins the draw. Back to Keefe. Shot. Save. It gets behind him. It's loose. Oh, Weiss missed. Weiss was on the doorstep. It just went wide. Now Dillon. We're 5-on-4 now. Weiss behind the net. He tries to get it to Erickson. He does. Erickson gets it to Pierce. Pierce looks for Keefe. Keefe moves behind the goal line, trying to get some space. Comes off his stick. It was in the general direction of Weiss. Now, Wayzata plays it out to neutral. 54 seconds left on the 1-man advantage for Orono. Pierce wheels it off the boards. He hits Keefe. Keefe throws it in on net. Save made, so no icing. But Wayzata gets the puck, and they clear it out to neutral again. Keefe there chasing. He breaks it into the zone. Erickson able to hold. He moves in. He shoots. It is deflected off a Wayzata body wide. Weiss cycles it down. Erickson behind the goal line. He'll wheel it back to the point for Keefe. Keefe's going to shoot again. A stick got it. He made the save. Dillon tried to get it to Weiss out in front. And Wayzata's able to clear. So 4 seconds left on the Orono power play. They'll get a face-off for the icing. 4 seconds left. 7:07 left in the second. We're all knotted up at 2. Like to get one right off the face-off here. So Peck, Lee, and Downey with Kinder and Dacey. Peck digs at it. He wins it. Downey tries to hit Lee. Back to Downey. Shot. Save made with a glove save. And that'll do it for the power play. So I believe that's, I don't know. 6:59 left. Orono wins the draw. Shot by Kinder. Right on net. Save made. Lee was trying to disrupt it. Dacey puts one in on net. Save made. Peck along the midboard along with Lee. Now Wayzata has it in neutral. Back check by Downey. He takes it away. He was looking for Peck, but it gets by him. Wayzata in their own zone. A little bit too much skating. That's going to cost them. Peck comes and disrupts it. And now he takes it away. Peck on the move. Inside the zone. Toe drags. Puck comes in on the goalie. He saves it. But Lee giving him trouble behind the net. Now Wayzata looking to break out, but interrupted by Dacey. Downey inside the circle. He can't find room. Wayzata clears. That's icing. And we'll get a face-off deep in the Wayzata zone with 5:57 left in the second. Tied up 2-2. Burke, Kelly, and Fessler on with Pierce and Keefe. Burke set to take the draw. Burke to Pierce. Off the draw. Fessler along the boards. Fighting for it. Now he finds it. He centers for Burke and he scores! Fessler to Burke. Makes it 3-2, an even strength goal. All right, Orono wins this draw. Now leading by 1. Wayzata plays it out. In neutral, the pass doesn't connect. Jack Keefe on a backtrack grabs it. He'll go off the boards. Fessler backhands it out of the zone into neutral. Kelly tried to grab it along with Burke. Now Burke from Keith to Kelly, interrupted by Wyzetta. Everybody on the forecheck go. Now Wyzetta tries to punch it out, play it. Pierce able to hold the zone. He'll put it back behind the net. Erickson. Now Wyzetta. Back behind their own net. Trying to clear the zone. They can't. Kelly's got it. Cross ice for Keith. Keith shoots. Laser. Save. Backhanded by Erickson, goes just wide. Now Wyzetta able to clear. Good opportunity there. Good putback by Erickson. It was just wide. Now Pierce gets it to Weiss. Weiss being guarded. It comes right on Erickson's stick. He passes over to Dillon, whose stick got interrupted on the shot. Shot went wide. Good pressure from the Spartans, though, and they're starting to pick it up and find each other. Kinder to Pierce to Dillon. Dillon trying to hit Weiss, entering the zone. It's going to come out. Wyzetta's going to have it 2-on-2. Coming the other way. Skater goes wide. Pierce pushes him wide. Now he goes back to the point. Gets past the Wyzetta defenseman into neutral. Along the boards, Wyzetta enters, but Kinder trying to clear it. He does. Good work there by Jack Kinder. Now battle for it in neutral. Erickson gets a stick on it. Weiss gets a leg on it. Wyzetta comes in. 1-on-2. Shot goes off Kinder's leg wide. Kinder back to play it off along the boards. A little too far for Erickson. Wyzetta pinches, holds, back behind the Orono net. Now Kinder. Off the boards, high. Held in by Wyzetta, right at the blue line. They punch it forward. It's right on Pierce's stick, right out in front of the net. He's able to clear, and now we've got something. Dillon moves in. He shoots. Rebound. Not given up as Erickson got taken down. Now Wyzetta going the other way. They'll shoot. Little wide. Packer shoves it to the side. Kinder. He hits Downey. Downey's got a 3-on-0. He dishes to Lee. Lee shoots. Save made. Peck rebound save. Oh, man. Wow. They had it. But the goalie made a great sliding save. And Peck's rebound was saved as well. So good opportunity there for the Spartans. 24 shots from Orono, 5 from the Trojans. Face-off. Lee behind the net. Trying to get a stick on it. Wyzetta punching at it. Now, punching at it again. Held in by Dacey at the point. He gets one on net. Rebound. Cleared out of the danger zone by Wyzetta. They'll move it up along the boards and out to neutral. Kinder able to... Oh, he passed it, but whiffed a little bit. Now Wyzetta inside the circle. They got a shot, and they score. Doggone it. We're tied up at 3 again. Not 3 again, but tied up again at 3. All right, Burke, Fessler, and Kelly out with Keith and Pierce. Wyzetta wins the draw back into their own zone. Everybody on the forecheck again. Now Fessler able to hold. He punches it in deep. Burke goes to retrieve it. He's looking for a centering pass, but he's being guarded. Now Pierce at the point tries to get it inside the circle. Wyzetta knocks it out. It's loose. Liam grabs it. Kelly able to get it back to Pierce. Now Pierce on the move. Fessler has to put up his on the brakes at the blue line, but Pierce gets all the way in. He shoots. Save made. Now Fessler wheels, shoots wide. Kelly, he overskates it. Now he's got it back. Inside the circle, he moves in. He puts a shot on. Save made. Wayzata trying to clear. They just can't. Kelly gets it. He shoots just over the net. Burke centers for Kelly again. Cut off by Keefe before it goes beyond the blue line. Now Keefe on his backhand. Gets it in deep. He'll skate after it. Tries to get it to Kelly. And Wayzata is able to clear all the length of the ice. Pierce goes back to get it. No icing. It was waived. Pierce has Keefe. Stretch pass made. Keefe gets hit a little bit. We're going to come in offside, but it doesn't matter. Weiss takes it away. Sorry. Now Wayzata takes it away. Now we got whistles and we got a man down for Wayzata, so they'll stop play with 42.6 seconds left in the second. We're tied at 3. I'm going to try to change back to Wi-Fi at the end of the period. Looks like the connection's pretty poor. Before I do so, can somebody give me a thumbs up or down whether the image quality is very good or not? Erickson takes a draw, knocks it into the zone. Weiss with 43 seconds left. Shoots. Save. Wayzata able to clear out of the front. Erickson hits Dacey. Dacey tried to go to Dylan. Wayzata defends and coaches it out to neutral. Now Weiss on the puck. He'll backhand it in the zone. Dylan giving chase. They play it up along the boards. Cut off by Weiss. He moves in. He gets it just beyond the goal line. He couldn't get a shot as he was being well defended. 8 seconds left. Dylan along the boards. Wayzata tries to clear. Gets past Dacey. Kinder back on it. 2 seconds. That's going to do it for the second period. After 2 periods, we're tied up at 3. All right, I'm getting reports that the stream is pretty decent, so I'm just going to keep it the way it is. As I continue to get warnings from Sideline, our app service, that the connection's poor. So if it goes down, somebody's got to tell me. Because jabbering away like a monkey in a tree, I don't always notice whether I'm live or not. 26 shots on. All right, thank you, Chris. Thank you, wife. 26 shots on net for Orono, 6 for the Spartans, but they've been able to put 3 in the net. So we're tied up at 3. We're going to send Peck, Downey, and Lee. Peck able to enter the zone. Keefe and Pierce on defense, by the way. Peck behind the net. It comes out in front. It's loose. Keefe from the point. Shoots just wide. Downey puts it back on. Save made. 14:41 left. 19 seconds in. All right. 19 seconds in. Peck takes a draw. They battle for it in the circle. Peck gets it to Lee. Lee gets it to Downey. Shoots. Go! Oh, Nelly. Man, this Wayzata goalie is standing on his head. Lee got it to Downey on a one-timer that was connected on. And the Wayzata goalie slides and saves it. Now, Downey centers, taken by Wayzata inside the circle. They'll move it out. Pierce back to defend. Pierce along the boards. And go get it, guys. Pierce able to dump it out into neutral. Now, poke check by Lee. Goes in the Wayzata zone. Peck on the forecheck. Forces a pass out to neutral. Wayzata. Played by... What? Offside. I don't know. I didn't see it. Did you? I'm watching the puck. I thought they called us for a penalty, and I was going to lose my mind. All right, Burke, Kelly, and Fessler out with Kinder and Dacey. Battled for. Wayzata comes away with it out in neutral. Played by Kelly and Burke along the boards in neutral. Able to dig it free a little bit, but Wayzata controls. Oh, now poke check by Kelly. He steals. He's got it. He was looking for Fessler, but it comes on Burke's stick. Then Fessler gets a shot wide. Now Burke along the boards. Kinder pinches, holds along with Fessler, but Wayzata grabs and they're going the other way. Their player gets taken down. We're going to get a tripping call. So Wayzata is going to go on the power play as... Who's going to the box? Somebody is. Yeah, Grayson Kelly gets an invitation. His dad tells him, nope, you belong right in there. A little back and forth between the ref and Chris Kelly. Wayzata wins it off the point. Shot goes wide. Fessler looks to clear. Cut off by Wayzata. Now, they play it into the middle. Nobody there but Spartans. Pierce able to dump it, flip it, with not enough steam to get an icing call. So good job by Liam as we're trying to kill this penalty off with Erickson, Burke, Pierce, and Keefe out there. Wayzata moves in. Played by Pierce. He comes away with it. Man, good job. He took it from two guys. Now he's got it. He's going to skate in. He's going to get inside the circle. He was trying to center for Erickson. Goes off a Wayzata stick into the corner, but he's killing a lot of time all by himself. He's back behind the net. He gets poke checked. He's still got it. 35 seconds left on the kill. Pierce basically kills off a minute by himself. Now he gets some help. Wayzata throws it out to neutral. Keefe loses an edge, but gets right back up. He's got it across the red line. He'll dump it back in. 19 seconds left on the kill. Dillon able to cut him off. Weiss comes to help. We're moving in shorthanded. Back behind the net. Weiss killing more time. Wayzata clears. Not out. Held in by Kinder. Now they get the whistle. But one tick left on the Orono penalty. So we're going to kill this bad boy off. Offside's the call. We'll get a face-off just outside the Wayzata zone with 1 second left on the penalty. So Peck, Lee, Kinder, and Dacey out there. Peck just punches it forward. Now Downey's back on the ice, out of the box. Not out of the box. He wasn't in the box, but he gets a shot. Save made. He's still got it. He'll cycle it back down for Peck behind the goal line. Peck. 5-on-5 action. Puts on the brakes. Now back to Dacey, back to Peck. In the corner. He nudges it to Lee. Wayzata tries to play it up the boards. Cut off by Dacey. He's able to hold. Lee punches it off the boards to himself. He tries to center. It goes off a Wayzata player. Good pressure. Held in by Kinder. He punches it on net. Save made. Now Wayzata trying to clear. They are able to get it. Punch it into neutral. Cut off there by Kinder. He gets it to Peck. Peck skates it. Moves to his forehand. Shoots just wide. Rebound comes all the way to the blue line, and Wyzetta moving into the zone. Out in front, goes off someone's leg. Packer with a save. Packer with another save. Now, Peck has it. He moves around the guy. He's poke check. And it comes in offside. Somebody lost a glove. That was, I don't know. Must have been Duke. He's already off the ice. No, it was somebody else. Downey. All right. Kelly, Fessler, and Burke out there with Keefe and Pierce. Keefe has it. Moves it to Pierce. Pierce hits Burke. Burke moves it across the blue line. Hands off to Kelly. Kelly shoots. Goes off a Wyzetta stick into the netting. And we'll get a face-off to the goalie's blocker side. 10:02 left. Tied at 3. Shots on goal, 29 for Orono, 8 for Wyzetta. Burke set to take the draw. Those same 5 out there. Battled in the circle. Back behind the goal line. Wyzetta plays a D to D. Wyzetta still with the puck. Plays it up to the midboard. And they're going to clear the zone as they go cross ice. Wyzetta player brings it across the blue line. Goes off Keefe's shot. Packer makes the save. Kelly able to get it to Fessler, who's able to clear the zone. Now, battled for in neutral. Pierce has it. He gets it across the blue line. He gets taken out, but passes it towards center for Burke. Dillon will backfill his spot as Pierce has moved up with the forwards. Burke in the corner, along with Pierce and Kelly. Now Wyzetta looks to clear. Cut off by Pierce, who's back. Played forward, Dillon. No, now Wyzetta. They clear. Wyzetta looking for a push. Daisy now on. He shoots. Packer save. He being the Wyzetta player. Now back behind the goal for Erickson. He's able to advance it to Weiss. Now on Dacey's stick. Dacey says, I'm going to take it. He'll move into the zone. He's poke checked at the blue line, but still in the zone. He's looking cross ice. Comes on Erickson's stick. He fires. Save made. Wyzetta clears out to neutral. Kinder trying to dump it back in. He got momentarily interrupted. Now he'll get it deep into the zone. Weiss there to play it. We got to get on the puck, boys. Now Kinder from the blue line dumps it back in. Wyzetta clears all the way around the boards. Dacey back in his own zone. He's going to circle. He'll find Dillon. Dillon finds Weiss. Now we got some space. Weiss brings it in. Erickson had to get onside. He does. He's able to hand it off to Lee, who's on. But poke checked. And Wyzetta looking for an opportunity the other way. They'll just dump and change. Keefe back on. Wyzetta steals. They move in. Shot goes off Packer. Save made. It's on the side of the net. We need a whistle. Holy cow. Somebody give that guy some oxygen. Puck was on the side of the net for about a good 4 or 5 count, and he finally blew the whistle. All right, Peck takes the draw. He wins it to Keefe. Keefe reverses it to Pierce. Pierce off the boards for Lee. Lee trying to find Peck again. Now Lee into the zone, but poke checked right back out. Wyzetta on the move, on the attack. They move it towards center. Packer with a sliding save. Pierce gets it to Lee, who gets it to Peck. Peck now poke checked at the red line. Pierce goes cross ice to Keefe. Keefe hits Downey, who hits Peck. Peck puts on the brakes, gets taken down. Back outside the blue line, Keith's going to put it in offside, and we'll get a whistle. 6:28 left. We're all tied at 3. All right, we get new skaters. Fessler off the draw. Moves towards the Wayzata net. Interrupted. Burke got a stick on it. Now Kelly. Hill center for Burke. Burke shoots. Save made. This Wayzata goalie is on top of everything, man. "31 shots faced, only 3 given up." Kelly wins the draw to himself. He was trying to get it to Fessler. It's out in front. It's loose. Wayzata plays it towards the corner. Held in by Dacey at the point. He'll punch it back down low. Kelly giving chase. Fessler. He's on his backhand. He'll put it to Kelly behind the net. It comes out in front, up in the air. Burke was trying to baseball bat it in. Now, they're going to call something. Penalty coming to Wayzata. Kelly shoots. Save made. And we'll get a whistle as Wayzata touches up. I didn't see the call. I saw his hand go up. I don't know what he did. He just gave some kind of really weird gesture. It must have been roughing, maybe. I'm going to call it that. But in any event, Spartans go back on the power play. 5:37 left in the third in the game. And Peck, Lee, and Downey with Pierce and Keefe out there. Wayzata wins a draw. They're trying to get it out. Keefe able to hold. Now Lee comes to assist along with Keefe. Lee digs it out. He moves towards the middle. He gets poke checked. Gives it back to Keefe at the point, who hits Peck. The Wayzata players without a stick, so we're basically 5-on-3. Peck moves in, shoots, save made. Lee. Now Peck outside the circle. He goes cross ice. He was looking for Downey, interrupted by a stick. Pierce holds, but Wayzata able to clear. Now Keefe comes in, onside, 5-on-4 hockey as Orono's on the power play, and Wayzata will ice it. That'll get their player without a stick off the ice, because we were basically 5-on-3 there for a brief second. And Orono will change them up. So Dacey and Kinder at D. Burke line back out with Kelly and Fessler. 47 seconds left on the power play. Burke able to win it over. Played by Wayzata. They go D to D. Kelly and Burke there. Burke comes away with it. It's out in front. Dacey knocks it down, tries to get a shot. He's interrupted. Orono on the power play. Kelly has it inside the blue line. He hits Fessler, who hits Burke. Oh, shot goes over the net. Man, that was a really good wham-bam play. Now Dacey back down low for Fessler in the corner. Back to Dacey. Dacey moves in. He moves in, he shoots. Blocked by a Wayzata defenseman. Fessler grabs it. Before it goes over the blue line, hands off to Kelly, who's back to Fessler. He couldn't connect on the shot, but Kinder with a block from Fessler. He deflected it. Wayzata trying desperately to clear. They can't. They're going to get another call. Burke has it. Packer moves off the ice, but Wayzata's going to touch up before the extra skater can come on. And with 3:47 left, they had just extinguished one penalty. Now another one comes. And Orono goes back on the power play. So, Peck, Weiss, and Dillon out now with Pierce and Keefe. Haven't seen this combo. Puck punched out by Wayzata into neutral. Peck retrieves. He brings it in the zone. Moves inside the circle. Gets poke checked. Wayzata takes it away, but do they have possession? Now they do. They'll move it out. Cut off by Pierce. Pierce plays it up the boards. He gets Weiss. Weiss gets it to Dylan. Dylan gets robbed. This Wayzata goalie is standing on his head. Weiss got it to Dylan. Dylan flipped it, and the goalie somehow grabbed it. I mean, like point blank range. Oy, oy, oy. So now, Peck, Weiss, and Dylan stay out with Pierce and Keith. Draw comes all the way out into neutral. Pierce will backtrack, grab it. Tried to hit Dylan. Now Dylan's got it. Peck comes to assist. It was poke checked, and they're going to punch it out into neutral again. Now Keith trying to tie his guy up. We're on the power play, but now Peck has it. He'll skate it in the zone. He moves around one guy. He gets taken down. That's going to draw a penalty. We're going to have a 5-on-3. Speed kills. Malachi draws the penalty. And we'll be 5-on-3 for 14 seconds. So 2:30 left in the game, tied up at 3. We're 5-on-3 for 14 seconds, and then we'll be on it. Goes over to Peck. Back to the point for Pierce. Pierce back to Peck. Still on the power play is Orono. Oh, man. Cross-ice pass from Peck to Kelly. Or Fessler couldn't connect. Now Pierce out in front. He shoots. Save made. Fessler. He'll center it. Goes off Peck's stick to Kelly. He shot. Save made. Now Fessler. Cross ice for Kelly. He whiffs. And Wayzata takes it. 23 seconds left, and they've got a shorthanded opportunity. One man to beat. Penalty called on Pierce for the back check. Packer able to make the first save. And they're going to call a penalty shot. Are you kidding me? Ay, 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 ay. And Coach Burke and Coach Kelly are going, Coach Fessler and Coach Kelly are going absolutely nuts. I don't blame them. That was a horrible call. You can call the penalty. You cannot call a penalty shot. He was back checking, but was right on him. So we're going to get a penalty shot with 1:13 left in the game. Here we go. No, now we got a whistle. False start there, I guess. All right. Wayzata skater skates in. Almost loses it. Now he shoots. Packer save. Packer says, you got to come at me with something better than that, boy. 1:12 left. We're still with a man advantage, I believe. Actually, no, we're not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we are. 5-on-4 for another 7 seconds. Now, Peck, he gets it. He shoots. Save up into the netting. Oy, ay, ay. 101 left on the game clock. 1 second left on the Orono power play. Peck, Burke, Kelly, Dacey, and Fessler still out there. And now they've called the game for ice time? They called it for ice time. I guess we got to get off the ice for the beer league or something that starts at 11 o'clock at night. That's a 3-3 tie. Everybody go home and kiss your sister, because that's what ties are like. Oy. All right. We'll see you next time.